The one crucial must-pass piece of legislation for the Democratic Party, indeed for the planet, while the Democrats control the presidency in both chambers of Congress, is a climate bill that will get the country on track to meeting its emissions goals per the Paris Climate Agreement. It has looked for a long time like that was not going to happen, largely because Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia, obviously a coal state, seemed like he could not get to yes on any deal. But surprisingly, that all changed about 24 hours ago when Manchin himself, along with Chuck Schumer, Senate Majority Leader, announced a compromise with fellow Democrats on an Inflation Reduction Act that is a huge climate provision. And there's some good stuff in there, including $370 billion for clean energy and energy security, incentives for electric vehicle production, $20 billion in federal loans to build new electric vehicle factories, $30 billion in tax credits to accelerate, and this is really key, production of solar panels, wind turbines, batteries, and mineral processing. Now, it's not over until it's over. We don't know if it's going to pass, and we've been here before, like way more times than I care to admit. But if this bill passes, it would be, I think, the most significant climate legislation in American history. The big question I have is, was the Democratic chair of the Senate Special Committee on the Climate Crisis as surprised by the Schumer-Manchin deal as the rest of us? Luckily, that person is here with us tonight. Senator Brian Schatz of Hawaii, welcome. What did you know? How did this happen?
Well, we never gave up. We were obviously very frustrated at the announcement. I guess it was just about 2 weeks ago that the deal was dead, but almost immediately after that, we started to get some signs of life again. Of course, Senator Manchin was pretty public about, hey, I haven't left the table, even though it sort of sounded as though he had. But I took him at his word, and we kept talking. And then they were very good about not letting anybody know, including me, that Joe and Chuck Schumer were talking. I had a better inkling than most that the deal was not completely dead. But I can't tell you that I was terribly optimistic. I told my staff I gave us a 20% chance of passing something, but that's because I'm an endless optimist. That is my affliction. But yesterday afternoon, I come out of an Indian Affairs hearing. I had turned off my phone, and I went, is this real? So they kept it under wraps really nicely. I was in touch with Manchin and Schumer pretty much daily, but over the last 48, 72 hours, they got real silent, and I couldn't tell if that was bad news or good news.
Well, that's a wild story, actually, that they kept it that close. You know, I have felt, from my own perspective, that you sort of grade these 2 years of unified Democratic control pass-fail, and it's if you pass climate legislation that gets us on target to the Paris emission goals, you pass. And if you don't, you fail. It's a failure. Like, I truly believe that. And I thought you guys were headed towards failure. All of us. I mean, since we all have a stake in this, because we all live on the planet. What is your grade on this?
Oh, on this bill, I think it's like an A-. I think it's very good. I mean, if I could have written it myself, it would be twice as big and it would have a lot of other things. Yeah. But from an emissions reduction standpoint, think of it this way. This gets us 40% of the way to our targets, which is a 40% reduction in emissions by 2030. So sometimes when you do emissions reductions targets, you just put it way out in the future because you kind of don't know how you're going to get there, and you can set a big lofty goal but not be accountable to it. 2030 is coming right up. 40% of our way to the 50% goal. The previous bill that had died last year that we used to call Build Back Better only got us 45% of the way there. So this is slightly worse, but not a ton worse. Most of the heavy lifting from an emissions reduction standpoint is the investment tax credit and the production tax credit for wind and solar. And then all of these investments in clean energy manufacturing are going to be really key, because we now all understand supply chains are going to be everything in the next couple of decades, not just for clean energy, but for our economy overall. So we've got to build our own domestic supply of the necessary materials and the ability to manufacture these things. And most of these jobs are going to be high-paying union jobs.
There's some concern a little bit just quickly about that. I mean, there's provisions that, for instance, I think the tax credits only apply to things that are like the batteries, the minerals of which are not coming from China and Russia. There's a little worry that maybe those constraints are actually going to make it difficult to live up to the promise here. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's a challenge going forward. We had this difficulty with the fact that the polysilica and coming from China and then manufactured in Southeast Asia, we weren't sure if it was in compliance with the laws that we have now in terms of human rights. So all of these supply chains are going to have to get sorted out. And I can't promise you that we'll never have any glitches, but that's the thing. It's a $370 billion investment in literally changing the way the economy works for the better. That is going to upend some things, but mostly in a positive way. And as you know, Chris, the planet is on fire. We have no choice at all about this.